What's up, guys? This is Jay from Revolution Radio, and so as you can imagine, I've gotten a lot of phone calls or messages today, and yes, even some phone calls. Um, Family and friends and listeners, a lot of you listeners reaching out. Is this finally it? Is it over? Um, I yeah, no, not at all, not even close. A lot of people on my liberal side are in a great mood. Oh my God, this is happening. Um, People on the right, the more conservative side, they're messaging me. You can tell this is, just a conspiracy, right? You can tell this is a deep state coup. Well, yes and no on all of it. Um, there was some anomalies about the whistleblower report, and not in a manner of things that couldn't be reported. No, everything was true. The big anomaly is many experts said this is the most detailed report they've ever seen. Many going as far as to say they don't believe it was done by one person, which is fine. That's because we don't know who this is, and honestly, they should be able to keep their anonymity um, until their case has been presented. Even then, I don't know. In some manner, I think they should be able to keep it after that. But um, yeah, I can see where people on the right have said this is a conspiracy. This is a deep state coup. Where I don't want to give into that is when people like myself were saying we are actively doing a coup in Venezuela, and I got so much pushback. No, Maduro's a tyrant. It should happen. And I said it's not for us to decide. That's the point. I don't care. Well, maybe you should care, right? Um, but as my liberal listeners will point out, and they're probably yelling right now. Well, Jay, are you saying he shouldn't be impeached? No, I'm not saying that at all. Um, Without a doubt, he should be impeached. I don't know if they chose, for me, the right avenue for impeachment. I think there's a lot stronger cases to be made. Um, as just a citizen, I have seen many reports detailing the amount of money other countries have paid him personally. They've given the Trump Foundation and the Trump Corporation so much money, and then he goes and does favors for them. Saudi Arabia being a big one, the EAU or AEU. I mean, that's another one. There are a lot of other countries who have given him money directly. China. Let's not forget, about ZTE. That was a huge thing. And if you're not familiar with it, just look it up. I really, essentially, short for form, a cell phone company that they were giving out our GPS locations of our soldiers. ZTE provided cell phones that were typically used in military, and so they found out that this company was handing out this GPS uh, locations to our enemies, and so we broke ties with them. And in fact, Obama wanted to just expedite them to hell, essentially. But Trump made a deal with China, and they brought back ZTE. So I mean, that alone is definitely impeachable. So yeah, without a doubt, I think he should be. But I just don't know if this is the case to do it on. I pointed out as well that most people don't want to, recognize that Hillary Clinton did the same thing when digging up dirt in 2016. It was pretty much the exact same thing. Whatever. I mean, neither is right. Okay, so I just find it really difficult to make this one stick. But I'm not going to be a W downer for the liberals. Of course, it could happen. There's so much other stuff that it would almost seem foolish for this not to pass, but and for an actual impeachment trial to begin. If you're on the right side, though, I get your optimism as well, because let's be honest, they don't call him Teflon Don for nothing. Uh, he he um he skirts out of a lot of trouble. But what I did want to talk about briefly, as you could probably tell, is whistleblowers. And here, in my opinion, another reason why Trump should definitely be looking at some punitive measures. He threatened the whistleblower. He said in a statement today, well, you know what we used to do to them back in the day. So what he's talking about is hanging, killing. He found a spy, as he called it. He would kill a spy. The thing is you didn't have spies from your own country, born of your country, working for your country, reporting you. That's not a spy. It's a whistleblower. It's because you're doing something illegal, and he's reporting it. He or she's reporting it appropriately. The whistleblower did everything that they should have. They followed the law to the T. It was the Justice Department who actually broke the law, and I brought that up last night as well. I bring up Julian Assange in here too, because the same liberals that I talked to, they're all gung-ho and happy about what's happening, and this whistleblower is a patriot. And this whistleblower is a patriot, don't get me wrong. But so is Julian Assange. But Julian Assange came out against your guy, and so you still want him imprisoned forever. You still care and aren't seeing the fact that he brought a lot of information to light. But you thought he was working for Trump or something, just because he went against your guy. And that's what we got to stop, is we have to stop prosecuting whistleblowers. Trump right now has said that he wants to be able to go after the current whistleblower for criminal wrongdoing. Really? I mean, that's fascism. That's tyranny. No checks and balances at all. And if you say I'm wrong, then we're going after you. This is not easy for anyone to do. They have to realize they're probably giving up their entire career. Would you do that for the better good? A lot of these whistleblowers, Julian Assange being one of the most, famous ones, he had a lot of money. He had a great life. And then he sees a video of our military outworld, just killing innocent Iraqis, Middle Easterners. I can't exactly remember where. Well, I'm pretty sure it was Iraq, but I'm not sure. But killing innocent Middle Eastern people. And then killing the reporters who saw it. Killing the emergency personnel that responded. They were murdering people. And he reported it. Would you really report it and give up everything you have? I don't know. I would. Like to think I would. It's hard to say. But these people don't need to worry about persecution when they report a wrong. We should be focused on the wrongs that they report, not the fact that they're doing it. Well, you're not on my side. Well, are you on the side of America? Because these whistleblowers are. We don't want to fall down a path of fascism and tyranny. And having whistleblowers is a fantastic way for it to not happen. When you think of the good that these men and women do, just by putting themselves directly in harm's danger, not to mention, like I said, giving up your entire career. Well, then they're made the biggest talk of the town on 24-hour news, being called, as Julian Assange has been completely destroyed, being called a pedophile, um, the most anti-American human being to ever exist. For what? Because he reported a video he saw? Yes, I know. There's people who are going to say, no, he did more than that. And he put uh, certain agents at risk. And you might have some sort of thing to stand on there. You might. You might. And he probably didn't handle it the way he should have. There was other avenues to do it. And this whistleblower is going down those avenues, and you can see what kind of persecution they are taking at the moment. Half of the country thinks that they're anti-American, and they want them thrown in prison for telling on President Cheeto. Anyway, just saying, when we think about the situation, let's remember the men and women who report the wrongdoings of our government are speaking on our behalf. We shouldn't go after them for telling the truths that need to be told. Speaking to power is something that every one of us should do every day. And these men and women who are put in these positions, they have to make one of the hardest decisions you could possibly make. Do I give up everything and possibly go to prison to report a wrong, or do I just let it happen? These people should be celebrated, not persecuted. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on it. You can find me on Facebook, Jay Dillon, JAYDYLAN. On Twitter, it's JC Show VIP. And the Facebook or the YouTube channel is the Community of Ideas. Not fully promoting it, still building up the archive, but there will be more on there. iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast, and Anchor. Just search Revolution Radio or Zach Dillon, ZAKKDILLON. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good evening.